So I'm going to do an unboxing here of Battle Armor He-Man. There's actually a variant, and I just got it recently. My kitchen's a little bit messy, but this is where the most light is. I just had surgery, so kind of messy in here. But this is the original Battle Armor He-Man Origins, and not too hard to find, but there's a variant version of it. So if you look really close, the difference is his armor and his boots. So the one that's most circulated is the ones that don't have the boot straps painted. The difference in the armor is one is a little bit duller and one is a little bit shinier. So I finally found the variant online. It's kind of hard to find because most people don't know it exists. So when you type in He-Man, you get in 30,000 results. The only one that I had seen floating on eBay, it's been on eBay for a couple of years now, and it's $150. I finally saw one pop up that was $40. And I've tried to get the most mint motu Origins collection there is. You can see, like, there's really no flaws almost in any of mine. This one I know has, the corners are a little bit curly, but not too bad. So I'm kind of curious how this is going to look when I open it. I asked them if they could package it nicely for me, and they did. They used kind of this shoebox packing. So I'm going to open that up and we'll see what kind of condition it's in, and kind of get like a close-up view of it. Now, I asked a bunch of other collectors about this particular piece, and asked them if they bought it online or found it in stores. And the ones that have been... Where's my dirty counter? Like I said, I've been injured. I had hernia surgery, so I'm not moving around very well. But yeah, the people that said that they have this and know that they have it, at the time they didn't know and they bought it in the store and they just kind of got lucky. It seemed to be more of a Canadian thing as opposed to America, but it's kind of found in both places, really. So I don't know how I just did that. So it's kind of tricky to do here. All right, so I'm trying to cover up my address here. All right, so, oops, gotta move that. Okay, pretend you didn't see that. Okay, so they wrapped it good, which is, I asked them to please pack it good for me, that I was a collector. And I think it was some sort of toy store that sold stuff online as well, so they actually get it, you know. Some people ship this stuff in paper bags, and it's like, bro, what are you doing? A long time ago, I had bought, around 2008, when everything kind of plummeted, I was buying G.I. Joes like crazy. And I bought a lot of the early 90 versions for like, I don't know, $5 a piece, which was awesome, but they were sending them in paper bags from China. And by the time they got here, they were just destroyed. So that really sucked. Oh, they even put it in a, they put it in a package. Okay. So that's pretty cool. It is a little damaged from what I see. Put it in a backer board. That's pretty nice. So I can already see the difference between the two. This is definitely more dull, and this is more silver. Yeah, right away you could see it's very, very dull. And I'll take it out of the package in a second. You can see how dull that is compared to that. I don't know how good I can get this. This one's very much more shiny than this one is. And then so much glare. Get down to the boots. These are the painted boots. And those are the original. So, as far as everything else, trying to see any sort of differences. Actually, this whole figure, it's hard to see in the video, but the whole figure actually looks a lot duller than this. But let's take it out and see if the back looks any different. So I've been collecting this line since it came out, and there's a few variants, and most people don't really care about the variants on this line. I do, because I'm trying to be a completionist and get everything. Now, I'm to a point where I have so many of the figures and so much of the line that now that I'm kind of backtracking and getting these variants, I'm not being as picky about if they have some flaws. So like I said at the beginning of the video, this has some corner bending right there, right there. Now, usually I wouldn't get something like this because of those corner bends. I'm trying to get everything completely flawless. But since I'm getting to a point where I have so many of these and I'm getting into variants and stuff, I'm kind of getting it just to show what it looks like. Of course, I'm gonna try to get it as mint as possible, but sometimes with these variants, it's just they're so hard to find because they're really mixed in. So yeah, you could see this a lot better now. The painted boots, the very dull armor, and we'll just flip on the back here and see if it's any different. If the figures are any different. Seems to be the same line and everything. I really don't know what happened with these and why this happened. I've never heard an explanation really. If you see the set of Battle Cat and He-Man, it was like the $50 set at Target. I have it upstairs. That has the painted boots. So I'm thinking maybe they started doing these and then they stopped and figured we'll do a variation on the set instead to make people want it more, maybe. But also that one has very, very shiny armor. It's like metallic almost. So yeah, I can't get out of this glare. But not much of a difference. It's just very interesting, the variants. And there's a bunch of different variants. Duplico has a variant where one has darker eyebrows, the other one has lighter eyebrows. Hordak has 3 different versions of eyes. a lot of the females, mostly She-Ra, in the beginning, they have different kneecaps. And then there's two different versions of She-Ra where they updated her face to look a little bit better. I just found a version of Rattler that's a variant, and his neck, the scales are actually different. So there's a few variants out there. Clamp Champ has a very rare variant where he's white instead of black. I don't know how that happened, but mostly people in Canada got that version. But yeah, as far as anything else, I don't really see much of a difference. But yeah, I'm glad I finally have this a part of my set. And yeah, this place, I'm really impressed on the way that they package this. They put a backer board in there, plastic. Let's see if I can find the name of this place off the camera. Sonic Dan's Comics and Original Art in Norfolk. So if you want to buy anything off of eBay, I saw they have thousands of toys. Kind of wondering what their shop looks like. But yeah, not much more else to say besides what I've already said. So that's the variants of the Battle Armor He-Man.